ahead and talk about the state of Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
I know you brought this up on the pod notes. I
So-
didn't know what he was talking about first before the pod.
So me, I like YouTube. I'm on YouTube a lot. So I see YouTube post. Wiz Khalifa posted like a day to day, and it just got me thinking about reflecting about his career. And I was just like, man, like Wiz
was
had
this
this.
day to day recent?
It was a recent one because he
it's
still
not
puts
one
them
of the
out.
ones
And I
like-
just remember like what really got me. I remember I clicked that so fast in 2011, a 10. Like I'm clicking that.
You
like,
subscribed to that channel.
I'm still subscribed from years, and I'm like, I clicked that so quick. But I'm like, dang, what stopped me from clicking that button? I don't know. So then I just started like, man, maybe we should like have a discussion, like something small about Wiz and like his place in hip hop right now. Like he had this impact and like how quick things can just change for an artist. But Wiz still have his plays because he still got those songs, like the big song from the Fast and Furious movie. So
See
that'll
You
keep
Again?
that'll keep his streaming numbers up. So you really can't really see that reflection from like streaming. But I'm just saying about like the missing of him like in the culture. Like I don't think we even have like a Wiz type anymore. Because that made us have a discussion about Snoop
You know
era.
who we do have?
Who?
Polo G. He's the guy that's crossed over to that mainstream but still has that black audience. He's the closest thing we have to a Wiz. We don't have a Wiz. We don't have someone that's like the Snoop Dogg or Wiz Khalifa. But the closest thing we do have to it is a Polo G.
All right, I'm gonna say all right. So look, I'm older now. You know, I just turned the big 3-0. But I don't think I'm that far removed to think Polo G is that. Because you got to think
I
about
said the
it.
closest.
I don't even think he's the closest, B.
Who do you think?
I don't think we have one yet. I don't think it's one yet. I don't think you have that artist right now. If so, they're gone. It was those Juice WRLDs. It was those XXXTentaciones. Because they had that influence like that. You get what I'm saying? And they was, Juice WRLD was in that mainstream era. So I think we probably just lost those two. I think those was our closest ones to like, having this guy that's putting an impact, and you could see it in the kids, like they're changing. Like, like when kids was wearing the blonde strip and had the Chuck Taylors. I'm just saying, I don't know. I think they was the last for right now. I feel like it's some more years. It's some fans out there that's cling to an artist, but you know when you just see it, you're like, this dude dresses like him. Oh, he has this influence. I still see kids in Juice WRLD merch. I still see people with XXXTentacion shirts. So I think we still feeling their impact on some of the kids these days. I'm just trying to see who is that.
I feel like we're not too far removed from the impact of X
of them
or
passing.
Juice. Of them passing, because it was only like a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Even though that sounds like a long time,
but
it wasn't even a long time in retrospect.
But not to get off Wiz, it's just I just wanted to think about like I saw people like making fun of him like being on a song and they was like, dang, Wiz ruined this beat, and I'm like, dang. Like, he at that level that he lived long enough to become, like, a villain. Like, he's this hero.
He's one of those people that you too old for hip-hop now.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it like that.
I want to say it like that, but because, like, Jay-Z is, like, 50. He's not too old.
Yeah, but the younger kids aren't putting respect on a lot of these rappers that... And I get it. Sometimes some of these rappers can't ruin the beat. They can't ruin the song.
So do you think, like with Wiz, he didn't age gracefully? Not with his old music, but him into culture. Into the hip-hop culture.
I think what it is, and I hate to say it like this when it comes to artists, I'd rather them stop making music after a while, after their peak, a little bit after their peak, even though it's kind of hard to tell what your peak is. I'd rather they stop making music than keep making music, because then you water down your discography, and when you get introduced to the newer generation off of your music, because they're like, oh, Wiz Khalifa's coming out. Us new old heads, we're going to come in like, oh, okay, new Wiz, even though we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, so new Wiz coming out, the cult fan base, we're going to go check it out. Yeah. People hear about the buzz, oh, who's this Wiz Khalifa guy? Let me check him out. And you like, oh, I heard some of his singles, let me hear out the album. This isn't good. Yeah. So I think when it comes to that, I think because it's one of those Snoop Dogg things where like no one listens to Snoop Dogg. Like, he has some hits. He has radio hits. He has a classic album. He has maybe some legacy projects, maybe. But no one bumped the newest Snoop Dogg album.
But like, what kids are saying, I never heard. Like,
I didn't want to say never because I was being a bit.
You were being wild. Because you got to think about it.
Because he had some hits.
When it comes to Wiz, right? With the hits he had, like Black and Yellow, these kids was kids. Like, they was in elementary school. So they actually grew up with Wiz. So I'm trying to say is...
But you got to think, they also probably wasn't deep into hip-hop like we were. Yeah. Because they were so...
I know that. Like, it's like us with Ludacris. When we was younger, boom, we wouldn't like listen to his album until we got a little older. So I'm trying to say is, did Wiz, like, did he not grow well with the culture? Like, Did he not change up his style enough?
Then yes, I agree with that.
Oh my bad. Did he actually do what you said, like the watering down? Like, should he take like a ASAP Rocky, a Schoolboy Q approach when they don't put out much often? They disappear for a while. They come back.
I think he can't do that now. It's too late for that because the damage is already done. Type stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Because he fell into that lane of like. You know how Currency was putting out stuff, but Currency have his lane. Wiz comes from that lane, but Wiz got really popular and he kept pushing out, and he started putting out all those albums.
I think the thing is with Wiz is his sound never evolved, and nor did he ever push his sound to evolve, which isn't a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing because you get what you.
But also the times have changed,
and
people change.
Yeah.
Like me, back then I used to listen to all that trap stuff. Now I don't like that anymore. So the fact that your music really doesn't evolve like a Gucci Man, to me, his music really hasn't evolved much for me to be like, oh yeah,
only his body, right? That's it.
Yeah, really, in his mindset.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm just like, your style of what you do hasn't changed enough for me to be like, oh, you reinvented yourself. Like a Juicy J kind of.
Yeah.
He didn't necessarily reinvent himself, but he changed with the times.
And it's like he changed with the time and he introduced himself to a new audience.
Yeah, he reintroduced himself because of his solo career. I think Juicy J is one of the best artists to have ever done a reinvention of himself or a reintroduction of himself. From having such a legendary impact and influence with 3 6 Mafia to the whole blog era, him coming out with the tapes with Lex Luger, Rubber Band Business. And then we got Blue Dream and Lean, to me one of the best mixtapes ever, especially when it comes to the impact it had and the stardom that he had after that.
And it was so dope about Juice is like he even signed to Wiz. Like we talking about Wiz now, and like Wiz was a part of like bringing him.
To me, that was like when Common signed to Kanye.
Yeah, it was like
or when Pusha
what
was it? Pusha, not Pusha signed to Kanye. But like the older, the elder statesman kind of signing to the new younger artists.
Even though Juice has his own lane, always a legend.
Oh yeah,
and it's just like him reintroducing himself to like the audience, and he's still like a guy that people like. It's still Juice. It's still Juicy J.
Yeah, but
like we know that right now he's not.
But he changed with the times.
Yeah,
he got with the sound of the production. Right. He wasn't doing that old school 3 6 Mafia, even though it helped. It helped inspire.
And you can think about the Lex Luger era wasn't too far removed from what Juice was doing.
No, it wasn't. I feel like it slowly blended in.
And that comes from that tree, that DJ Paul production, Juicy J, like that. It comes from that, like that Lex Luger stuff. So.
But also, you could look at an album like a Blue Dream and Lean versus a Most Known Unknowns from 3 6 Mafia. Yeah. They sound completely different, but they also sound a bit similar because of the subject matter itself. Yeah. Because Juicy J evolved with the times, because he's always been an artist that evolved with the times. Just, I feel like, kind of what 3 6 Mafia did before they all split up. Because he evolved with the times, he got with the new sound, he changed up his style of rapping, even though it was kind of similar and people were inspired by him. Because he was able to maintain what we was doing now, he was able to actually have a lasting career. Because he's the only other rapper that could do that, besides Bun B. Yeah. Bun B is kind of doing that, but he hasn't hit the same level or stride like a Juicy J.
Because Bun B, I think he's introducing himself to like the underground audience.
Yeah, he's introduced to the, I hate to say it, but a lot of people know this, the Miracle Lyrical Yap Rap group, basically.
It's because he's, collaborating with Static Selector, which a lot of my friends on the internet, actually, I know a guy that actually is working with him as well. So that's pretty dope. He actually filmed the whole he was a part of that whole live stream of Static Selector. He actually from Dallas, bro. He's from the area. Shout out to Georgie, bro. Cool dude.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, but I think he's introducing himself, and also Bun B's in a different lane with like restaurant business. Like he's freaking teaching at Rice Academy. I said Academy University. So but with stick to Wiz. I just want to know, where would he fall in the next coming years? Because right now, I just been seeing some jokes about Wiz, and I don't know, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
I think musically he's not relevant no more. And I hate to say about the artists that we loved back then, because I think Wiz is a top 10 blog era artist coming from that era. Not saying he's the best, but in terms of impact, influence, sales, all that stuff.
Just sound, he had his own little sound.
He's definitely top 10 in that era, but I think because of that, he's not one of the big 3 dogs, and he's not. I really want to say big 4 because I put Big Sean in there.
Yeah,
people like Wale and him, they fell off musically. Yeah. No one's interested in what they're doing now besides their cult fan base. Yeah. And I hate to say it because they, like I said, they haven't changed with the times, and I don't necessarily say that they have to change with the times in order to have good music. It's just that they're so good at what they already do that would sound uncomfortable for them to be on the newer stuff, but also because they're not going on the newer stuff, because they're not chasing for clout like in the last era, they're not gonna be as big. Like now, I see just Wiz on Twitter or I see him on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like people's like, oh, Wiz did this,
Yeah.
or like Wiz did that,
and it's like,
you
and
know,
it's
that's it.
still, and yeah, and like he's still Wiz. Like, don't get me wrong.
Wiz is the GOAT.
But like when it comes to musically, it's just I feel like I don't know. I just got sad, man.
It's definitely a decline. I listened
Yeah.
to his last, not last album, but I listened to.
But I
one of
liked
his
him on the
projects.
Kid. I liked him on the Kid Cudi album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I listened to like a project of his,
Yeah.
or at least I tried. Rolling Papers 2.
Yeah.
I already didn't like 1, but 2, I was like,
Yeah.
no.
One-
I like some of the songs, but I'm like, nah, this ain't it.
And I think Wale is someone we probably should do a little like Wale, man. Like, oh my god.
To me, I hate to say it like this, he has had one of the biggest fall offs, and then he had a chance to have one of the biggest come ups, but it also fell off because he had a hit a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like when I think right when I was coming out of college, or right when we was working at
Yeah.
the Blue Place. You get what I'm saying? But I think he had a hit. We went every day,
Yeah.
for once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song. He had a hit.
Yeah.
Like it was a huge hit for the time, but also he didn't really do anything after that.
Yeah.
And Wale is Wale. So
I love
that
Wale.
was
bro.
definitely in.
I love you, Wale. I love you, Wiz, bro. This is why I'm having this conversation about you. It's just
They're
I
an
don't
elder
know.
statesman.
Yeah.
They're
said
our new-
elder.
They're our new elder statesman.
It's hard because like when you said about the whole like a kid listen to Wiz, I thought about like me being like not linked to like Rakim putting out new music, which he still does. In that
Rakim,
yeah, and like an
I don't
old
know
head,
why I always hear
and
Rakim.
an old kid, an old head to be like, "Yo, you heard that new Rakim?" I'm like, "What? No."
But that's even if they're even checking for new.
But I'm just saying they are. Like I actually follow old heads, and they like, "Yo, this album's dope," and I'm like, "Where did he put this?"
So you're saying that you feel like we're gonna have the same effect with Wiz like that?
Not even just with Wiz. Just Wiz was it just made me like have like this check. Like, bro, we're getting older. Like
We got to do a segment on the blog era
Yeah,
artists.
bro.
We got to talk about
them,
the
yeah.
top 10 and look at the other 7.
Yeah. It's a good amount of them that we don't even talk about.
Yeah.
Like XV, one of the Mickey Fax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. So
I think the last one that had a huge fall off was Chance. That was big.
ooh, Chance the Rapper.
Chance had a big fall off.
We need to probably do one of those faceless videos about what happened to Chance the Rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Do the little
Yeah,
documentary,
bro.
like-
Do one of those like YouTube
And
automated.
have all the little-
Yeah, bro. Everything.
the articles.
Yes, bro. We gotta hit him with one of those, bro. Like,
Oh,
oh my
man.
god, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my gosh. But yeah.
Write out a whole script and everything, bro. Oh my
But
god.
yeah, those are some rappers that I want to say, at least Wiz had a slow decline.
Yeah.
Because he was still doing stuff when I was in college.
Yeah.
Wale and them, Wale was barely hanging on.
Because Wale was on a run, like 2013 ish. He was doing
No,
his thing.
no.
Lotus
He
Bomb. Yeah,
he had a
bro.
huge mainstream
Yes, bro.
like appeal. Like
Ambition
basically,
album
he
had some
could've-
stuff.
The only person that's like in top 5 that's still kind of active that hasn't truly fallen off, Big Sean.
Yeah, because Big Sean, I feel like Big Sean did what I think Wiz should have did.
But stay current.
He became one of those artists that didn't put out often. He'll pop up here and now and then, and and I think he did that pretty well. And
He
he
came out with music pretty often though.
no, but not in the way of Wiz.
No, he didn't drop as much as Wiz. I will
That's what
agree
I'm
with
saying.
that.
I'm like,
You think he put out way too much?
Yeah, I don't. He didn't put out the approach of like he didn't do like what Kendrick does or like what J. Cole
can't.
kind of do. See, like Drake is the only one that can actually get away with that because he's Drake. He's
But
like
he
a
doesn't
cheat code.
because he also puts out way more too.
What do you mean?
He puts out a lot of music compared to Kendrick.
I'm saying Drake. I say Drake is the only one that can get away with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I like.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm
I was
saying
saying
like
big,
Drake and
Yeah, I say like
Wiz
big,
do the same thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Drake is getting away with
But
it.
I feel like Wiz could have got away with it then because people was fiending. But like with Drake, he's been on this run for so long. It's like I was thinking, bro, no lie, 2015. What was that? If reading is too late. I was thinking after that, I thought Drake was gonna have a slow decline.
I'm not gonna lie, I did too. But Views came out.
Up through the roof, bro. He like what Drake does. They call Drake a culture vulture, but
That was at his peak right there.
that was like one of his.
That was
biggest
one of his
moves.
peaks.
Because look, he tapped into another
Sound.
So Drake is from Toronto, and they have a big Caribbean influence, and Drake tapped into that, grabbed all that, bro. The artists he was picking up, they all Caribbean and all this type of stuff, like backgrounds. Bro, Drake, he's like
But
Kanye,
he's
bro.
also tested new sounds, and he's evolved with the sound as
Yeah.
well. And he's been one of the leaders of the new.
I don't know if you understand. I think Drake takes the Kanye approach. Like when Kanye grab a new artist, a lot of their influence comes also on. Think about his albums: Graduation, Big Sean, 808s and Heartbreaks, Kid Cudi,
Okay.
Pusha T, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy,
Sci-Hi too. Don't forget Sci-Hi.
My Beautiful Pusha T.
Sci-Hi.
But I'm just saying, I think Drake kind of took that approach.
So
like now he got 4 backs.
So then
So
I
he
got a
about
question.
to
Then.
suck
So
that
would
way.
late registration be common?
Late Registration beat. That's just his people, bro. And not Common. Nah. Common's on there.
Go came out before. I mean, Beat came out before Late Registration, right?
I'm just talking about the beats. That was Kanye. I'm talking about when he started like those his people, like GLC. That's his sound. He was the soulful sound. But I'm saying when he started grabbing like different artists, actually signing new talent, you understand.
He signed Common though.
But that's not a new talent.
Oh,
I'm talking about like new people that was bringing something new to the genre.
What about Pusha? You think
Pusha was older, bro? But I'm just saying
Pusha.
Yeah, but Pusha brought a different sound with him. But I'm talking about Common kind of. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get what you're saying. I get completely.
Why you mean?
We linking, baby.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, but like Pusha, but I'm just saying, but Pusha was different and like Common and soulful beats as well. He come from Jay Dilla. All with what's the other producer? Legend. Used to produce Common stuff. I'm blanking on his name, bro.
I don't know.
Oh my God. No ID, bro. No ID.
Hey,
no ID. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. You gotta think about it like that's that Chicago, GLC, all these people. That's the branch. But I'm talking about when he started signing like newer talent and also bringing like I said, with bringing Pusha T in, and that's a different, darker, different sound, a different element. Like when 808s and Heartbreaks is like that was everything, bro. That was like everything from Kanye to me, and he just put his soul in it. So I feel like Drake probably take that approach as well. But to end off on the Wiz, I love you, man. I hope you, I don't know, find your way in the pocket of the culture right now musically. I don't know where you fall, but I still feel like, you're a legend, my dude. And I don't know, it just brought some sadness to me that I didn't click that day to day. I used to love clicking them videos and be like, what Wiz them doing, bro? What him and Will and them doing? You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, click it, a bunch of old men. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, be like you, father.
Yeah, but it's different. I'm a new old head. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, my last message to Wiz, I love you. You've definitely done a lot for me within my high school years. I will say these two things though. Please put Taylor Alderdice on streaming services. I beg you.
It is.
Taylor Alderdice?
I think so.
Look it up, please.
I think it is, bro, because I be bumping it sometimes.
If not, then my other message, Cabin Fever 1, my favorite project from you as of right now. Please put the original phone numbers. Oh, yeah. See,
bro. I'll be bumping it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get on that. Please put the original phone numbers on there because on phone numbers on the streaming service version, way different production compared to the actual bass-heavy trap
the
sound.
sample they use probably can't use.
I know, but Wiz, please find a way to pay for
Christian
that.
O's just don't have some, like the statement don't have it. Some
See, and I'm so sad because I went back this weekend to go listen to Crit Was Here. Big Crit's breakout project. Not his debut, his breakout project. Such a great project, but there was some stuff that had to be cut, and he also added 4 new songs because stuff had to be cut, and I'm just like, oh, I get why you do it, because you do want to make money off these old projects. You got to find some compromise here and there.
Yeah.
I just hate that we have to, all these samplings and stuff like that just really...
Yeah. It happens,
because some of these songs, and then like other projects that Big Crit has, some of the instrumentals, I don't want to say are gutted, but some of the soul is lost from him because he had to reproduce some of them, and he has different vocals on top of them because he had to re-record them, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, I still bought some of the stuff and I was support, but that hurts, man. Yeah. That hurts. The blog era stuff, getting on streaming, and they not being the exact same projects as before, that hurts. That hurts me so bad.
Did you want to talk about the Lupe joint? It's going to be short to me.